What is going on, YouTube? This is MotoSarge signing in, and today we're in the garage and we're going to be discussing my Motovlog setup. You know, it's something that's taken me about 1.5 years to dial in. Probably not the best setup, but it works for me. And really, you know, when you're getting into this Motovlog YouTube scene, it's all about the equipment you already have. So, I mean, you could kind of save yourself some money. You don't have to go out there and buy the big GoPro Hero 8 and get all this other fancy equipment. Use what you got, and that's what I'm doing. You know, over the 1.5 years, I have been blessed with some things that kind of helped this channel and help my content kind of, you know, go to that next level. But we'll discuss those and discuss all the settings that I use for the GoPro, the Tascam, and this Insta360 One X. So let's roll today's intro and get on with the video.
Make the call. Hard work, banging on the doors in the morning. Hard work, get up and let's go to work. Hard work, hard work. You pack up the shoe.
Well, all right, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to another video. If you are new to the channel, I bring you along with me as I merge my passions for photography and motorcycles. So if you like anything photography or motorcycle related and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring that bell icon to receive email alerts when I upload some new content. Like I mentioned in the intro, today we're in the garage. We're going to be discussing my Motovlog setup, from the GoPro to the Insta360 One X to my Tascam audio recorder to my Nikon D5300 camera, which I'm filming on right now, which I use to take most of my thumbnails, and just kind of go into this setup. So you guys, if you're looking at getting this situated, or you're trying to, you know, battle this frustration of audio and video and riding around and creating content, hopefully this video will help you guys out. So first and foremost, I will say the most important piece to a successful motovlog channel is having the appropriate helmet. You know, you see some people that rock, you know, a quarter face or half helmet, and they're doing that, but they're going to have to mount their camera up on top of their helmet or the side of their helmet. I like that real POV type perspective right there on the chin, and there's only one way, which is a full face helmet. Now, what you see here is I have the Simpson Outlaw Bandit, which, you know, when I first purchased this helmet, I wasn't really looking at doing a motovlog. I was just really, I like that Bane Predator type look, and I've done a review video of the Simpson. But I will say, if I were to do it over again, guys, I probably would try to invest into a helmet that was going to be a little quieter. You know, this one, it doesn't have any chin curtain underneath. It doesn't have any wind protection. These vents I can't close off, so it allows a lot of wind flow to come in, which kind of has forced me to do a different setup as some of the other successful YouTube channels out there. And my audio is real spotty, so it's kind of frustrating. I would say, first, make sure you have the appropriate helmet to be able to mount everything that you need in there to keep your audio crisp and clear. With that being said, what I've done with my Simpson Outlaw Bandit is, as you guys can see here on the side, I went ahead and did a side mount to then use that TOZ curved mount to get the GoPro to the front of the helmet. Now, I'm rocking the GoPro Hero 4 still, because this was given to me by my father-in-law a few years back, and just figured, you know, I had it, why not use it? And you know, I'm on the market looking at a new GoPro Hero 7 or 8, just can't really swallow the cost of a new one. So we're still doing the Hero 4. The mic setup that I have in this helmet, if you guys could see here, I have the mic adapter, which it came with the purple Panda mic, and have that wrapped around the side of the helmet, which is there. So you have to use the additional cable, which takes it from, on the purple Panda, it has 3 rings on the actual cable, and then you have to use that other cable to convert it to a 2 ring so it reads in your GoPro. So if you're having audio issues, check out the mic that you're trying to use, and that may be the reason why you're not pulling any audio. Now, I have that mic. I don't have it set up to pull my audio. I do a lot of dual vlogs with the kids, and over the years, I've noticed that it's hard to capture their audio. So what I do is I run my audio straight into the GoPro, and this is actually directly over the speaker of my Cardo Pack Talk Bold, which this is probably one of the best purchases that I've done for my motovlog this far, because I could capture the kids' audio, and I think, you know, it adds a unique perspective, and it's also one thing that I like to look back on later and kind of watch those videos and see what the kids were talking about, and they enjoy doing it. So I have a purple Panda mic running into my Simpson Outlaw Bandit directly over the speaker, so that way when I'm rolling my motovlog, I could capture their audio when they're talking. Now that's the Simpson Outlaw Bandit, right? Have the curved mount, the TOZ mount, got the GoPro Hero 4 with the purple Panda mic adapter on there with the Cardo Pack Talk Bold, and this is really what I use when I'm trying to do my dual vlogs with the kids, because we have that communication device on there, and I owe you guys kind of like a review video of that, because that thing is pretty sick. You know, you could listen to music, you could communicate, you could answer phone calls. It's just a well-rounded piece of equipment if you're wanting to, you know, be on the motorcycle but still be able to connect with the world. Now, we'll go ahead and put the Soonsun away. And like I said, I use that for dual vlog purposes. Now, the other helmet I have that I do some motovlogs with is, of course, the Rock Atlas Core. Now, this is the 1.0 helmet. I've done a ride and review video of this one as well. This one is still a noisier helmet, but it has the chin curtain underneath. So I noticed that my audio quality is a little better on here than it is when I'm rocking the Soonsun out there. Have the same mount set up, and it allows me to disconnect the GoPro and connect it right here to the Rock and kind of move on with that. Now in here, in this helmet, if I could find the cable, I tend to hide the cables in there. I don't know if you guys could see that. So that's the cable with my Sony ECM lapel mic. I rock the Sony ECM lapel mic in here, and this one is tucked in behind the cheek pad, because I have found that if I rock it out here and it's exposed, it gets a lot more wind buffeting, wind noise, as opposed to when I tuck it behind the cheek. Now, is that the best? Probably not, because I've noticed my voice is kind of muffled in those videos, but it works and saves me some money on investing with some other helmets. Now, what I also do is I am currently recording the audio, you know, on the Tascam DR05 audio recorder. I've done several videos of this one. Figuring out the settings of this thing is, you know, probably the most challenging piece in everything that I've been doing on motovlogging. But the Tascam, I will say, it's guaranteed audio. You're not going to get out there and record a video and come back and sit down and do an edit on something that took you hours to put together and then find out your audio sucks. You know, that's kind of why I went this route, was because I've had several videos that I get into the house and I start doing the edits and the audio just cuts out due to the mic adapter or the GoPro or whatnot, and I don't get very much time to get out there and ride and then also create content for you guys. So when that happens, it really pushes off my videos and uploading onto YouTube, and it's like a gut wrench, you know, a gut check. And I think everybody runs into that, and I just try to avoid that as much as I can with the Tascam. Now, what I do as far as the audio setup and everything with the Tascam is I adjust, you know, as far as my low cut goes based off of how windy the day is. Normally I'm running about 40 hertz low cut on the Tascam, and then if it's a really windy day, I'll bump that up to probably 80, 120 hertz, just depending. And then also too, what I like is you have the ability to check your levels to make sure that you're not peaking when you record. Now, when you're set up in a garage like this, it's easy. But when you get out there to ride, whatever you set and look at and see what your dBs are peaking at, when you start adding exhaust and wind and all the other, you know, environmental factors that you can't control, it's really hard. So I try to set that as low as possible, because I know it's going to come up when we're riding. So definitely been probably one thing that I've grown to like quite a bit. Now, going back to the GoPro Hero 4, you know, it does have additional settings in there that I could run 2.7K, and I believe I could run 4K, but your frames per second isn't necessarily the best. You know, if I run in 4K, I could only record at 15 frames per second. And when I'm running 2.7K, I think I could run up to 30 frames per second, which is good. A lot of people run 30 frames per second, but I like to run 60 frames per second through the GoPro. So I actually have my settings on there with the 1080p Super View. And also I have Pro Tune turned on there. So that's kind of one of the ways that I could make sure that my colors are saturated correctly and kind of look vibrant and appealing to the eye, and kind of keep that in there. Now, what I've had to do over the last few months is try to match that up with this thing right here, the Insta360 1X. Now, this one was a gift to me by a buddy of mine. You guys might know him, John Maxwell, owner of Maxwell Motorcycles. So go ahead and check his channel out. I know you guys probably, if you follow here, you probably follow there. So, but that camera is awesome. Now, I record on that one at 4K at 30 frames per second. So what happens when I get into post editing is is I have to match up my colors. I have to match up, you know, what the road looks like. So I end up having to adjust each one of those in post-production a little bit differently. One, I bump up the contrast a little bit. The other one, I drop it down some. Some I'm able to saturate a little bit more. And then with the Insta360, I don't really have to saturate at all. The colors are unbelievable. So that may be the disconnect between, you know, my Hero 4 and the 1X. If I had the Hero 7 or Hero 8, would probably streamline that post-production a little bit more for me, but it is what it is, right? It's all about trial and error. When we're out here, we're supposed to be just having fun, creating content, and bringing you guys along with us for the ride, which is why I don't really like to do too many of these, you know, talking head videos. I like to get out there and ride, but weather's been horrible lately in Columbus, Georgia. We've had some, you know, flash storms that come through with lightning and that kind of thing, and I don't want to be out there. So we're here. We're making do in the garage. But as far as the microphones, I would say, you know, the purple Panda mic that I have here in the Simpson, the reason why I decided to go ahead and just have it directly over the speakers is because for some reason, when I had it set up to capture my audio, either through the GoPro or through the Tascam, I heard more clipping, which would probably be, you know, just me doing some different edits, different settings. But I've had everything dialed in off the Sony ECM mic, so that is my mic of choice when I'm trying to capture my audio. Like, that's what I'm using right now. That's underneath my shirt, capturing today's video. I just like the sound quality of that. And when you guys are looking at audio content or quality, it's really, you know, what sounds good to you may not sound good to who is watching. So that's one of the things, you know, I've paid close attention to, and I hear a lot more, you know, comments from you guys, which I really appreciate, that mention that the audio sounds better when I'm rocking the Sony ECM mic, which you guys might not know that's what I'm using, but anytime I ask, you guys normally steer towards that kind of content, and it, for the most part, is the Sony ECM mic, which is on the cheaper side of things. It's anywhere from $18 to $22. Purple Panda is about $24 to $25, which is nice. Good mic, just not good for my setup. So yeah, that's that for today's. Real quick, like straightforward, you know, I talked about the GoPro Hero 4 that I use, this awesome, amazing Insta360 camera that I got, the purple Panda mic that I use to capture the kids' audio, my additional summertime single vlog type helmet setup, which is really the same, just different mic, the Cardo Pack Talk Bold, which is ideal, especially if you're wanting to do dual vlogs. You can link up with your buddies who are on different bikes, or if you have a passenger, you can link up with them and ensure that you know are able to capture their audio. There's some other ways that you could do it. There's apps out there, but as you can see, there's a lot of moving pieces to putting together a motovlog. You know, also the camera I'm recording on right now is my Nikon, which normally I have with me as well. The tripod, you know, my 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens, as well as my 70 to 300 millimeter kit lens that I'm able to use to capture my thumbnails. And that's something, you know, that I've grown to love quite a bit. Probably is my most favorite part of doing some content on YouTube is capturing the thumbnails. Because if you guys follow the channel, you guys know I love photography, and the thumbnail is photography. I get out there and kind of capture a glimpse of what the ride was. So yeah, that's that. First time doing a talking head video. Not sure how many of these you guys are gonna get, but this is my garage. Got my Fat Bob back there. My golden retriever's barking in the house because normally he's out here with me, but we can't do that because it's too wet outside, and I ain't trying to wipe off dirty paws before I let him back in the house. So if you guys like today's video, go ahead and click that like icon. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I'll throw up the subscribe button right here. And if you'd rather stick around and watch a few more of my videos, there's a video here and here. Like always, guys, I really appreciate the support. Thanks for tuning in to another video, and this is MotoSarge signing out.
I earn my pay. Hard work, we're on the go. Hard work.